This is going to be a star cast. So, just going to go over this pop culture headline and then we're going to make some tarot speculation. Now, always keeping in mind that this speculation is for entertainment. You know, nobody wants to get sued, and it's really something that's just for fun. The facts are the facts, but the tarot part obviously is just the messages that we're getting, but it's not something that you need to quote in the next big magazine. It's just kind of what we're talking about here based on what the cards say. I think it would be fun to talk about Courtney and Travis Barker. You know, they've been going out since I think 2021, and it's always a lot of PDA. He has gotten her tattooed on his body, both her name and her eyes tattooed on his leg. You know, it's a whole blended family situation. It's very passionate, and they've been known from the very beginning for the PDA that they kind of get involved with. They're very vocal about their love for each other. It's caused a lot of upset with the exes. There's a lot of drama on the show and with the children. So, you know, they started dating, I think, maybe end of 2020, 2021. She was his neighbor out in Calabasas. They both have, like, big homes out there. And I think in COVID, whenever they started to stay home more, even though they've always been friends, they kind of just, like, got that opportunity to bond and actually, like, take notice of each other as neighbors and, like, spend more time together. So the rumors started at the end of 2021, and then the rumors started at the end of 2020. 2021 they started dating. May of 2022 they got married in Italy. So it's been a very interesting relationship. With obviously they always come with some breakup rumors, which has been less prominent with them, but I think people think that the flame is going to burn hot and then kind of burn out. But there's also pregnancy rumors because they've been very open about their journey with IVF. And, you know, she's a gal who, she's not even older, but, you know, she's in her 40s, so it's easier to get pregnant if she uses, like, IVF of some kind, because they both have a lot of babies on their own. I think he has 1 or 2, she has, like, 3, and they want one together. So let's see if they're going to kind of break up, or if maybe there will be some babies in the mix. Let's see, what's a card that represents Courtney? She's gonna be 2 of these. Oh, I pulled these in reverse. I'm just gonna kind of leave them that way. Ace of Cups in reverse and Page of Pentacles in reverse. I think that she's someone who's done chasing, like, kind of traditional fulfillment, maybe still kind of learning who she is, but she's also someone who is, like, done chasing that coin in a way that's, like, not really for her. So I think it's like she's ready for fulfillment that, I don't know, she's maybe never kind of experienced before. I'll go like that. And she's done chasing the coin for kind of anybody but herself. And, like, instead of chasing it, she mentions this a lot, but, you know, being kind of known as, like, the lazier sister, I think that she kind of just wants to rest. And she's sick of being told, like, oh, this is what happiness should look like. So she's just kind of going for it on her own. So that's Courtney. Let's see, can we get a couple cards to represent Travis? Maybe even just one. Ace of Wands. Probably has a huge schlong that he thinks with and takes a lot of pride in. Something I think that he's honestly more happy about the sexual connection of this relationship with anything else, probably why he wants to have her baby, he wants her to have his baby because of the sexual energy of the relationship and the very physical side. And he feels like it's kind of a bright idea because she's somebody that's upped his status. The Hierophant in reverse. So I think that there's a possibility he kind of likes that this is not, a higher love. It's something that's very, it's not that it's surface, but it's very grounded. It's earthy. It's not something that's like, oh, she's some Christian wife. She's just bae, and I think that he's super into that. It's something that's a very physical connection that he can feel. It's not something that's super ethereal. It's just something that's very material for both of them. Whoa. Judgment. This popped out of the deck. I think it kind of represents both of them because they get judged and people are kind of waiting for them to fail. Travis is pulling Courtney away from the family a lot, and I think that that is kind of hurtful for them. And so even though people don't, they want her to be happy, I think that they are kind of thinking, okay, well, at least if they fall apart, then we as a family can be stronger because, they've been their whole K-fam unit. And, Travis is a threat to that. So I think people are thinking like, okay, you guys have made it through the honeymoon phase, but, what's good? And death in reverse. So because they have kind of just such a spooky aesthetic, I really just think that it's that like people, I'm hearing like love never dies sort of thing. So if there is any kind of behind the scenes problem, I think it's something that they're going to kind of draw out longer. And, instead of letting it die where it would naturally, they're going to prove people wrong and they're going to be ultra defiant. Let's see what we have for the future energies. The Magician in reverse. So I think if there was any sort of element of magic that either of them used to get together, they're going to start noticing, okay, now the magic's running out. And so now there's like, what else is there for me here? Let's see, what else? What else is the future of this connection? Where all of these are in reverse. Strange. So the Four of Swords in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. But I think actually the Five of Wands is upright. So I think I don't know. I think they just have a lot of arguments that kind of get solved in the bedroom. Almost like they're fighting for foreplay. Okay. With the Sun. I think with that little golden boy you can see there, I think that they absolutely do end up having a baby and that they're successful in doing such. It's a very warm, basking glow of a love. The Fool. I think they're pretty crazy for each other and they're kind of just fools in love. And I think that that's why reverse Ace of Cups. Is this something that really fulfills me? Is not something that Courtney's asking herself about. Obviously, she's wealthy, he's wealthy, but Page of Pentacles in reverse, I don't think she's with him for those reasons either. And the Queen of Wands in reverse, I think that she the boss bitch kind of energy that she used to bring whenever she was with Scott. I think she's kind of over that, and I think she likes being with someone who kind of tells her what to do. But with that cat too, I see maybe they're going to get like a shared pet together. And this Sun card definitely tells me okay, they're likely to, I think, procreate together. And I'm really just hearing love never dies with this Death card. So it's that idea of they have something that lasts beyond mortality, or I guess traditional relationship bounds, even if it is a relationship that's kind of based on fun and saying fuck you to other people. But that might not be because it's till death do us part. I think it's more the tattoos that he has on his body, as well as a baby that could be coming with the Sun card. especially that little golden haired kid, and her kids kind of have lighter hair. His kids are blonde, so I see at least one kid from them. I don't know about more, but I think I see at least one. And how soon? Two of Swords. So I think they're kind of, maybe we'll see some progression in the next 2 months. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that. But I think there's just that, like, maybe something's been put on pause. Like, they're like, okay, we're going to pause IVF, or they were in some sort of debacle that kept them from deciding, like, okay, we're still going forward with the baby. Maybe some sort of fight or some sort of unrest that had them questioning, okay, is it baby time now? Okay, with the Hermit, I think there's going to be even more news of like them pulling away from the rest of the families. And I think that might be when we get baby news, because they're like, okay, fuck everybody else. We have our kid and we need to not let everybody else's parenting styles and everybody else's kind of lifestyles get in the way of that. And with the King of Swords, communication, I think Travis is going to be the one to announce it first. Nine of Wands reversed. I think she's going to be obviously a lot more isolated during this pregnancy than she was during previous ones, because it's kind of just like, okay, now I'm sticking up for myself, and even though she loves her family, just kind of wanting to do their own thing. And that goes with the Hermit as well. Let's see, let's draw some conclusion cards. What other messages can we see for Travis and Courtney? The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe they're looking at like a lot of blended finances and that sort of thing of like, well, you know, going off of him kind of liking to control her. Maybe he controls the finances too, because our Nine of Pentacles is financial independence, and with that in reverse, there's the possibility that, you know, maybe they blend their finances so they both just want to be informed in whatever they're going to do, but there's not any like individual impulse purchases anymore, especially not for big stuff. So obviously, like, you know, maybe there's a short leash on those finances because they both enjoy that. And with the Four of Cups in reverse, I think that they're probably just getting back on their feet after a disappointment. Maybe with the baby delay too, they're just getting right back on their feet with something that they were trying to do together. And just with the natural things that being in the sort of relationship of their caliber comes with. Any other huge messages? Four of Wands in reverse. So now that they're married, they've been married for a little bit, and the honeymoon phase is like over. Four of Wands in reverse sometimes has that now what thing, so I think it's like they're hoping for that baby, obviously, because they're so in love, and it's that they're feeling the lull now that they're a little more used to each other, and the baby will add like a second honeymoon to the relationship because they've kind of gotten over that hump of first sweetness, and it's also Courtney's first and only marriage so far. So I think there will be, maybe they'll even renew their vows whenever they get the baby, but I think that's the next hurdle for them, and feeling like they're really connected again and feeling fresh feelings for each other will be once they welcome that baby. Well, that's all the messages for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this Starcast, and, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.